Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Hop In Issue 17. Now, without further ado, let's get on into it. These four comics that I'm going to talk to you about are something that I've read and definitely wanted to share with you guys. So, without further ado, the first one is Champions, Marvels. Now, as you may not know, Champions are contained with the teenagers of the Marvel Universe. So, we have Adonis Cho, Hulk. We also have Sam, Nova. We also have Spider-Man, Miles Morales. We also have Vivian, the Vision's daughter. And we also have Carmela Laval. I don't know how to say her name for some odd reason, but Miss Marvel. Now, what I'm trying to get to is that the two issues that you definitely want to pick up is issues 15 and 16. 17 should be coming out this week doing for this recording. So pretty much what happens is there was a crossover with the Champions and also with the Avengers. They had to fight this evil villain, which is the Evolutionary, and pretty much he was trying to phase two different Earths into one. So he wound up capturing Viv and Falcon, that's his name. Wound up capturing Viv and Falcon. And so what he did with Viv was he took her technology, because she's an android, and he made her into a human. So unfortunately, Vision and everybody else on both teams thought she was dead. So Vision decided to make another Viv, but this time be Vivian 2.0. Unfortunately, or actually fortunately, Viv, the original one, was able to come back to life, but in her human form. So pretty much both the Champions and Vision are trying to cope with having their teammate who was found dead but wound up being lived, and she has to go through being a human. Like I said, this is picked up in issues 15 and 16 and 17 coming out shortly, or you can definitely check out that crossover event for the Avengers and the Champions. We'll be moving on over to another issue. Alright, so this issue that I'm talking about is Wonder Woman, with a great start to a new story arc that kind of takes place after a story arc that just ended with Darkseid. Anyway, so we pick up in issue 38 with Wonder Woman having a fan that she saved when she was a younger child. She took care of that child, she helped her and her mom out. When duty calls, Justice League pretty much, she leaves. Now the child is like, well, where's Wonder Woman at? I need Wonder Woman to come back. Unfortunately, the child's league was, badly damaged and whatnot. And unfortunately, more things started to happen. The child's mother dies, and Wonder Woman did not know about it. She didn't come to see her. And now the child is starting to think, why did Wonder Woman even show up in my life if she's not going to be here for me for all the big major tragedies that happen? Well, if you're that type of crazy fan, then you wind up becoming a Silver Swan. Silver Swan is now a new villain that's starting to attack Wonder Woman. So definitely check out Wonder Woman issues 38 and 39. You would not be disappointed. Wonder Woman is trying to get grasp of her brother, who she just found out in that previous story arc with Darkseid. Definitely check that out. And now she has to deal with a fan who is unfortunately now trying to kill Wonder Woman. Will she succeed? I mean, definitely, because she's Wonder Woman, right? Anyway, definitely go check out issues 38 and 39 with issue 40 coming out this week. We will continue on with the next story arc from Image. Bonehead is an Image comic. Now, I normally don't step too far out of the Marvel DC universe, but when I do, I make sure it's comics that I'm going to definitely love to enjoy to read. And Image always has a lot, varying from Spawn and all the other great comics that come out of Image. But Bonehead is definitely one of them, and I picked up issues 1 and 2. So pretty much, this is set in the far future, the very far future. I want to say Japan, because they speak, in the Japan language. And pretty much a Bonehead is a helmet that has all the technology. So let's say Iron Man, but without the full suit. And pretty much there used to be this one Bonehead, Black Bonehead, who was a vigilante, and he would go out and help people. But then once he felt as though it got more safer and the police force were actually doing their jobs, he decided to give up that mantle and become part of the police force. But his brother, who is a scientist, decides that he doesn't feel though it is right. So he sees a young helpless man who is badly damaged, and he gives him a bonehead, which is being able to make all his functions go to a higher capacity. So definitely picking up the mantle. But like I said, it's only 2 issues in, and they come out monthly, so I won't really have all that much information until about the 5th image, the fifth comic. I mean, so definitely go to your local comic book store and pick up Bonehead. It's definitely something you want to pick up and read. Now, staying with outside the Marvel and DC universe, we'll be continuing with our last comic, Black Sable. Now, this is a comic that's definitely out of my Marvel and DC universe, but it's something that I find very interesting reading. When you read it, you're going to be thinking about 2 different people. You're going to be thinking about Pirates of the Caribbean, and you're also going to be thinking about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, this is a comic that comes from Cinescope, and I did a little interview with them about a couple of weeks back in Kev's Weekly Pool. You should definitely go check that out. Anyway, if you ever read Grimm Fairy Tales, those are the people who created this comic. Now, this is far from out there Grimm Fairy Tale story arcs, so this is something that's very, nice and capable of reading, and also cool and straight to the point. Now, they come out monthly as well. 3 issues in, and we find that the group, which is pretty much the main character, Sable, who is a girl or woman, is trying to find a way to keep her pirates or her mates happy by getting them more money. She turns down she gives up a slavery ship so that all the slaves can go free. They're not happy because they're like, man, we could have made money off of it. Anyway, so they're trying to go after something that's very unheard of. It doesn't exist, or if it does exist, it's not possible to just grab, and somebody knows how to get it. She overhears it with that person, so they work together to try to get it, and more her crew is like, this is unbelievable, we lost men because of this. It's not worth trying to go after something that doesn't exist. But without further ado, definitely go to your local comic book stores and see if they have any Zenescopes comics, and if they do, definitely ask for Black Sable. You will not be disappointed. 3 issues in with more to come out. I definitely can't wait to give you the final wrap up for Black Sable. Alright, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that ends these issues. Alright, so first I want to apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for me taking so long to produce another hop-in issue. But I've been busy with work, so the only thing I was able to do was go to the comic book store and give you Kev's Weekly Pool. So I want to say that I will continue on doing this content, because this was the one that started off my return to YouTube after I've stepped out. Like I said, this is Hop-In issue 17, so there's many more to come. So please stay in tune. And definitely check out all the other things that I've added to this channel. I do Kev's Weekly Pool, as I said, and also do unboxing and tunes. I literally just did a video right before this video of unboxing an item that I got off of Wish. This is not the only thing that I get off of Wish, only item for unboxing. I also do the Funko Pops that you see behind me with the Marvel and DC Collector Corps boxes that comes out. And I'm waiting for the next one to come out sometime, I think towards the end of this month. Anyway, I definitely want to say that I love you guys deeply, and I never ask for any money. Just be patient when it comes to comics. I'm reading all these comic books, and I'm trying to make sure that I find at least a couple to say, these are the comics that I really want you guys to be interested in reading that maybe not everybody else is talking about everywhere else. So definitely know for sure that there is going to be an In-Tune Hop-In issue 18 on whatever comic book I think I have a list, and if I don't have the list, just know that I will. I know for sure that this comic book right here, the Batman one, I wrote that one up already, but because it's it's only one, and the second one comes out this month, February. So I'm pretty much just waiting for that one to come out so I can give you guys more of it. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Kev, you've been you. Let's stay in tune.